Hi everyone, David Chan here, SAS Party candidate for Yorkton. I just want to share some of my thoughts about this election. Elections, politics can be really divisive, and there's a lot of rhetoric that goes around, and I want to acknowledge that people do have legitimate concerns and that there's work to do. But if I could just share some of my thoughts, and I'm going to share as a person who moved here 7 years ago. And we've been in Saskatchewan. We've been in Yorkton for 7 years. We've been in Saskatchewan for 8 years. But I've lived and traveled all around the world. I've lived overseas for it was 2 years in South America, 1 year in the Middle East. I was 6 months in Beijing. I've traveled to 56 different cities around the world across 13 different countries. I've lived all across Canada, BC, Alberta, Ontario, and Saskatchewan. And let me tell you, Saskatchewan is the place to be. There's nowhere in the world that I would rather be living and raising my family right now than in Saskatchewan, especially with all the destabilization, all the things that are happening around the world. Saskatchewan is the best place in the world to be. This is the land of opportunity. It's a land of abundance. We are a have province, and there's still so much more ahead. I want to just quickly share my experience. I remember back in, I think it was around 2003, I was here for an event, and at that, Saskatchewan felt so depressed at that time. I mean, I was only here briefly, but just the feeling of Saskatchewan, I remember housing prices. There were some houses that were really, really, really cheap, like $40,000, $25,000. And I remember some friends of mine showing me how affordable these houses were at that time, but nobody wanted to move here. And that was the thing. In spite of these houses being so very affordable compared to other places in Canada, nobody wanted to move here. And when I came here, it was just very slow, and there wasn't any development, there wasn't any progress. Things just felt suppressed and depressed. Contrast that when my parents moved here in 2009, and I was also again here in 2012. Contrast that to those times, and Saskatchewan was buzzing. There was this optimism in the air. You could see people were busy, business was happening. People were going about, things were growing. Saskatchewan was on the up and up. The SAS Party, I realize now that this is a direct result of the influence of the SAS Party government on the province. And the SAS Party put Saskatchewan on the map. Before they came into power, nobody wanted to move here. I'm just telling you this as a first-hand experience. We didn't think of Saskatchewan as the place you want to move and raise a family and start a business. You would think more of going to Alberta for those opportunities, or Ontario. But now suddenly Saskatchewan is the place. People want to come here. People want to move here. People know that this is the place where you raise a family, where you start a business. Saskatchewan's the place to be. The SAS Party put us on the map, and I'm gonna say that especially in times that we're living in now, where we do see the struggles, the whole world is struggling. It's not just a Saskatchewan only challenge. Things in healthcare, things with inflation, rising interest rates. The whole world's facing those challenges, and all across Canada we're facing those challenges. But who's doing the best of all the provinces is Saskatchewan. We're the most affordable province to live in. Our economy is growing. It's growing faster than other provinces, than the economies of other provinces. So definitely there's challenges, and definitely there's work to do. Definitely we want to make improvements, and continuously. That's the whole point of good governance, is you're continuously improving, you're continuously making things better. So yes, there's work to do. We know there's work to do, but I think it's really important that we just keep the ship on track. The Saskatchewan Party is reliable, it's responsible, it has the right vision, the right leadership, and the right team to bring us forward into the next phase of growth, into the future. We've got to stay on track. That's my message. We got to keep the ship on track, and there's work to do in Saskatchewan, but comparatively we're doing pretty good, and things are pretty good in Saskatchewan, and they're going to stay good if we stay on track. So I just want to finish off by saying, we got to keep our economy strong, keep it growing, and we need to keep being intentional about strengthening local community and taking care of those who need help. And if we do those two things, I firmly believe that we're going to thrive and prosper as a province. We're going to be able to face every challenge and take hold of every opportunity to keep our province growing and flourishing. So there's 2 days left to vote, and I want to really encourage our Sask Party supporters. Please make sure you come out and vote. If we show up, we're going to win, you guys. If we show up, we're going to win. And I just want to encourage you with that. Let's keep Saskatchewan on track. Let's keep Saskatchewan strong, growing. Let's keep our economy strong and our future bright. Okay, see you at the polls. Thanks.